Opa! Welcome everybody to Stavvy's World. 904-800-STAV. Call in. We'll solve all your problems. Returning one of our favorites, Big Joe List, baby. How we doing?
My new nickname.
Big Joe.
Big Joe, baby. Biggie. This is my favorite show to do. Can I tell you that?
I love that.
Number
that
one favorite podcast to do.
That makes me feel good.
This and Are You Garbage?
You're one. Oh,
and we might be drunk.
Too. Yeah, okay.
And, and Rogan. Rogan. It's Rogan
no
wine.
Way. No, now I know you're fucking lying.
Let's go for it. Let's go 3 hours.
3 hours nervously trying to not say anything about immigrants.
I'm like this.
They're not trying to get clipped agreeing with something fucked up.
You write Twitter, Joe List, Joe Rogan. There's still every day 15 worst guest of all time. He blew it. He sucks. He folded. He fucking stinks.
The show is fun, but you do 3 hours and there's like an hour and a half, which is what a podcast should be. That's awesome, and then you're high as shit, and you're like, Did I say eugenics is good? You know what I mean? Like, I've smoked a joint and I'm like, what did I just nod along with? Because I'm trying to not be high.
I'm not even smoking joint. I'm just there and playing YouTube videos. And I'm like, whoa, crazy.
Yeah. I will say we did about 40. I do like that on one of my episodes, we did about 40 minutes on, and we looked at real scientific evidence. You know, we read.
It's real?
I'm on the record as saying that I think it's different than piss.
But it's mixed with piss.
Well, that's the thing. That's like saying Kool-Aid is water. You know what I mean?
Oh.
I think it has some extra.
Deep.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you put a little Kool-Aid in water, it becomes a different thing. You put some concentrate in piss, it becomes. But that's my philosophy.
But why do some women do it and some don't?
Just
some can't.
You know, different shapes in inner shapes. I think it's purely mechanical.
Shapes?
I think so. I think their are shaped. By the way, you know, we've immediately gotten demise. It's been 90 seconds. We've said anyway. Who gives
reverse? He's my biggest fantasy.
You want to be reverse?
Yeah. Yeah, badly. That's my. I don't watch a lot of porn, but when I do, I go straight to reverse.
How much? I imagine there's maybe 8 of those videos. You must have seen them all.
You're out of your mind.
Really? It's
a couple thousand. Really? I found one where it's just male women. It's like mail carriers.
Oh, I thought you were like, it's just male women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I realized that was a Freudian slip.
I found it where it's a guy and the guys are.
Their is like white.
It's white and it's stinky and it looks so much more delicious to me than women's for some reason.
No, reverse. They're all lined up and calling you a little bitch.
Yeah.
I just want to be dominated.
Interesting.
By you and Eldest.
Yeah, we don't have it in us. I don't think me and Eldest could. That'd be so funny if we had to tag team someone.
I got a lot of for you, Joe.
Actually, that's true. You know what's fucked up? Actually, what would happen is Eldest's animal would take over. I don't like Eldest locks into a way he talks about sex that even makes me, his famously horny and best friend of 30 years, even makes me like, oh Jesus, Eldest, relax.
There's certain people. My friend, I feel like I'm always poking fun of my dear friend Ronan Hirschberg, but he's a guy that likes to tell you what he's too, and it just makes me very unsettled. Even though I talked about reverse, but we're being silly geese.
Also,
I mean, he'll just be like, to her today, and like real deadpan eyes. I mean, you're like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you don't want to think of Ronan. If you saw a close up of Ronan's face while his jowls are moving, he's dead eyed. You know, because I've contended, and I've told this to his face, much fatter face than body. So just thinking of him. You think of his fat face.
Yeah.
But if he had maybe he's a nice little midsection, I wonder what his looks like.
I find it so hard to think about comedians. Mm-hmm. And I brought this up to Mark Norman. He's the one it's the hardest to think about. Because is he rubbing his chin and being like, but you can't go.
Where am I going? Yeah.
I just picture the woman being like, "Oh my God, I thought the body
means no, but does yes mean yes?" You know?
She's like, "I wanted to see his abs, but now I got to deal with this." He's got a foot up on the stool.
Yeah, doing this while I was getting. Oh, thought it'd be better.
He's like, praise Allah.
I don't know. Was this worth cheating on my wife?
Norman doesn't cheat on his wife.
No,
I think that's important to say.
No, he doesn't.
I don't want to.
No, but it's fun to think of him being like, oh, mistake. You know?
I said I wouldn't, but now I am.
I know he doesn't cheat. He's not Chris Stefano. He's a good guy.
Whoa.
No, he's Italian.
Yeah,
we can assume. Yeah.
You.
No, Chris is. I do love accusing him of being a piece of shit. I saw him yesterday at Sam's house, actually.
I was gonna go, and then I got fucking caught up. It's hard about throwing a basketball party, and then your team loses, and you're just a bummer to be around.
Really tough. Yeah.
I wanted to go. Was it a good group?
Fun group. Nice little hang. Our boys, JP, Ian, Laura. A lot of good people were over there.
Love Ian Lara.
He's the man.
Low-key loves to really argue. I don't want to get too inside baseball. People don't know who the fuck Ian Lara is.
We've
but that guy,
about all our friends and
he's one of those guys, though. He likes to debate. Like, before you know it, you're just in a shouting match. He's not unlike you. I imagine you two would really go at it.
We had a great time on the road. Yeah. Because we would get locked in, but always good stuff. But yeah, great group. I had too much pizza. I'm trying to be a good boy.
I just had 2 slices myself.
Sam comes through. He's got a whole, and no one's eating that many slices. It's like comedians are like, I don't even know. The other half of the people are just like a band and like their hot girlfriends who maybe like have
at Sam's house.
Yeah.
Who's the band?
He's got friends who are in a band. They were cool.
Oh, that's gross.
Well, I'm just saying it's either half scavenger comics who are going to eat 4 slices,
right.
or half people that don't eat pizza. So there's always some left over.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, well, you take you do 1 slice and kind of see.
Absolutely. You do a lap.
You do a lap. Quickly, you do 2. 2's totally fine.
2's appropriate.
You take 1, you take 2, and then you give it maybe 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
6, whatever.
Yeah, just see, and when you see the pizza disappearing at a slow rate, you're like, ooh, we're in range for 4.
And then you got to do it kind of like, so it's not, I'm going to, okay. I'll just kind of, slowly sneak it over.
And he gets cheese and pep, classic. That's what you got to do with a big group. And then, I'm on 3, right?
Okay.
And then I noticed there's a Supreme pizza, too.
That's got all the shit on it?
All the shit on it. And I don't even like that. But to me, I'm like, well, no one's touched it. Mm-hmm. I've had the other ones. I'm not going to get another one of those. But now, at this point, I'm like worried about Sam. Sam doesn't want all this pizza in his house.
This is how I am with I'm like, I've had a couple classics. I never had a male woman. Let me see what it's all about.
Sure. Male woman's nice. So let's circle back to that. They're all wearing like USPS, like a uniform. They're wearing the little blue shorts and like.
Yeah, I mean, I made it up, but it's not a real thing. But I bet you could find it.
Yeah.
I bet you could find something like that. That was where my head went, was male carriers.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I thought it was real.
It could be real. I mean, I don't know if you can do a quick search. I mean, if you want to go to Hub, I bet you could find letter carrier.
Yeah. I don't think you're going to find letter carrier. Although the fantasy of your male woman post office.
This is an adult website. Fuck, we can't go in. Oh my God.
Looks pretty good. None of this is post office, by the way. It's just hot women getting. Wait, go down. Is that the someone's done AI of Zootopia, and it's go down. It's the Zootopia bunny.
What the fuck?
Sucking a real guy's.
A huge. What is Zootopia? And what is that?
It's a like children's. Oh no!
Oh boy!
Get this out. Oh no, Eldis, get out of here, dude! X out. We're done.
There has to be male
X
woman.
Out.
There is. I'm sure.
She
shows up with the bag of bills. I can't afford these. Whatever.
And then she's like, "Well, I just deliver it." It's like, "Well, can I f you anyway?"
Why does she care?
Yeah, she doesn't. Hey, man, just my job. I'll suck your dick. I am a but it's not going to help you with the bills at all.
We should get into I think it'd be fun to write that's never been made.
Sure.
Well, now, and I assume this must for sure exist. We watch Miss Rachel. I have a baby, so it's Miss Rachel all day. There's got to be Miss Rachel.
Unfortunately, there definitely is.
Yeah, because there's pink headband, but they should have the peripheral characters.
I hope not.
I bet
there probably is,
and it's for dads. Well, this is the thing, because I watch Miss Rachel all day.
Yeah.
Not all day, but a half hour a day, every day. So you just have to come up with something. So I'm like, well, I guess I could her,
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
all
yeah.
the characters. You're like, I could be into that.
Right. There's other characters. I don't have a child. I'm not familiar.
Yeah, there's other not characters, but she has like buddies around.
Gotcha,
it's all her kind of I think theatery people.
Oh, okay.
And her husband's on there too.
That's hilarious to be. Yeah, that's fun though. She's putting her friends on. She's like, all right, man. That's like the equivalent of like opening for your friends is like, all right, man. You want to play a lion in my children's YouTube series?
Oh yeah, I think she's hot.
Yeah, she's hot. Good politics. Shout out to Miss Rachel.
I disagree there, but
What are you talking about? Oh, you're pro genocide.
I'm pro war when it's necessary. We're back.
Yeah, it's
No,
so
it's
funny.
horrible.
She did a video with a child that had amputated
Had her
legs.
arms blown off, and they're
And
like,
people are like, this is disgusting. And it's like, when you're on the side that thinks it's bad for a child who had its legs blown off to be happy for one afternoon, you're the bad guy. Like, no matter what it is, if you're like, hey, we need more context for a child that was maimed to smile.
She's like ear to ear.
Yeah,
like,
it's
this
like
fucking
the happiest
bitch.
this baby's been in her entire life. But shout out to Miss Rachel. I hope they're not making too much of you out there, but they probably are, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's not her. It's just people wearing pink headbands, I imagine.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
talking like, blow me,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's really fucked up because you're right. It is dads, but it's also guys that want to be like infantilized. Like I
Right.
bet you there's like they change. It's like a Miss Rachel stand-in, like time to change your stinky diaper. You know, and it's like, ooh, what do we got here? There's definitely diaper guys that are into that level of thing. I mean, I guess I've seen like cartoons they make porn of that feels fucked up. I guess it's just that it's a real person because there's definitely SpongeBob. Out there.
Well, there's Seinfeld porn, and I know that because everyone
seen
ever
that.
has sent it to me.
Of course.
Because I'm always talking about how hot Elaine is. And then people think like, oh, dude, I got a solution.
Yeah,
Check this out. And I'm like, but that's not Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, that's a lady that, you know, with a pierced clit and a weird curly wig.
Just like a bald guy fucking her. That's not what I want.
And I believe the George they used for that clearly shaved his head in a funny way that wasn't. It was like stubbly, like it was
that's
so
fun.
clear. Jerry had a bad wig on that one. I've seen that one. But you know what I don't like? I believe it was called This Ain't Seinfeld XXX, a porn parody.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing that when it's like back in the day, you had a little fun with it. Call it Sexfeld. I mean, that's just right off the top.
Right.
Like we've talked about it a lot on this podcast, but me and my brothers found a porno VHS that we assume was my father's that was called like Loose Times at Ridgely High.
Oh,
and it was
okay.
a Fast Times parody,
Yeah.
You know?
Then there was Forrest Humps was a big
Forrest
one.
Humps is Edward Penis Hands.
Yeah.
You know? Like, we got a name, like, they were doing for a while. Who's Nailin' Palin was maybe the last good one, although that's not really a spin-off of intellectual property. It's more,
Right.
you know, just a play off of the name. But look it up. Was it called This Ain't Seinfeld XXX? Probably was.
Let me try to think of some good Seinfeld ones. Not
Yeah,
that there's anything
Seinfeld,
right with this.
a triple X parody. I mean, you're not even fucking trying, dude. Yeah, I mean, look.
Oh, wow. That looks like you.
Yeah, I mean, that
Elaine looks pretty hot.
Elaine looks hot, but she also looks, you know, Puerto Rican perhaps. Which,
Yeah.
you know, Kramer is hilarious because he's shorter than George somehow, but he's got big ass hair.
The Jerry is dead on.
Jerry's James Dean, famously, I believe.
Yeah.
What do you mean, James Dean?
That's the guy's name. He
The
spelled
porn
it.
actor James Dean.
Go back. Let's look up who played Elaine in This Ain't, just, you know, just for scientific purposes. You know, maybe get a little faster. with
Sasha
it.
Grey?
No, I think she had a smaller part. Anyway, whatever.
Go down.
There was one called The Porn Nazi. I like that.
Oh,
They're
Porn
attempting
Nazi's
to
good.
purchase porn from a man known as the Porn Nazi.
Wait, running time, 143 minutes. It's longer than Goodfellas. You gotta be kidding me.
All right, Christina Rose apparently played Elaine. See, you know, I have nothing. Obviously, I've beat off to many Latinas. I think they're beautiful, but it's like we couldn't get Elaine. Elaine had to be Latina.
This is
Seems
the
like
real
lazy casting.
This is the real. She looks Asian to me.
She's Latina.
Look
for
at her
sure.
eyes.
All right. Well, I think, you know, Latinas can have that
look up her etymology or whatever. This woman's as Asian as my father.
Because you know what I just did? I did the thing nerds do when they like cast a black person as like a superhero.
Be a black Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I did that. I was thinking, I'm like, Black Little Mermaid.
There can't be a Latina poor Elaine getting fucked.
Latina Elaine getting sucking dick. I literally
taking the white people's jobs.
Look, it's taken me out. If I'm supposed to jack off to Elaine, I would definitely jack off to this woman, Christina Rose, but, you know.
Look at Tracy Quinn Perez from San Diego. She's Asian.
You know, folks, I'm a small business owner, and when my toilets are clogged in my business because I employ a man who eats as much as livestock, and he'll often clog the toilets, if the first plumber I call doesn't pick up, I'm moving on to the next one immediately. Don't let that happen to you with your business, okay? With Open Phone, you'll never miss an opportunity like that. Open Phone is the #1 business phone system that streamlines and scales your customer communications. It works through an app on your phone or computer, so no more carrying 2 phones or using a landline. Plus, say goodbye to voicemail. Their AI agent can be set up in minutes to handle calls, after hours, answer questions, and capture leads, so you never miss a customer. So whether you're a one-person operation, drowning in calls and texts, or have a large team that needs better collaboration tools, Open Phone is a no-brainer. See why over 60,000 businesses trust Open Phone. Open Phone is offering my listeners 20% off of your first 6 months at openphone.com/Stavvy. That's openphone.com/Stavvy. And if you have existing numbers with another service, Open Phone will port them over at no extra charge. Open Phone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Well, you came on here to promote your special. No, this will get demonetized immediately. So
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too. It's just a good episode. Small Ball.
Small Ball is the special. It's out now.
It's out by now.
On YouTube. Yeah, it's on YouTube. My 4th special.
I can't wait to see it. It looks so funny.
And my special, in order, they have 10 million views, 3 million views, 1 million views. So I'm hoping to have 50,000 by the time. just a nice, steady ski slope of success.
I would contend that is the fault of YouTube. It used to be a great place for stand-up specials, and they have completely destroyed the ecosystem with, like, censoring shit, demonetizing shit, and also too many people. Put up horrific, you know, they put a fucking camera on a stool and they're like, "It's my special," and it's like, all right, man.
Well, the first one also was on Comedy Central's page, and they have however many million followers, and it was COVID.
Right.
So that helped. And yeah, most people hadn't done YouTube specials at the time.
Yeah.
And then the last one I said in it, and they told me that was fine, and then they were like, just kidding.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I would have bleeped it.
Well, that destroys, you know, part of my livelihood, probably.
Yeah.
That probably knocks me down a couple pegs.
It was a bummer. But what can you do?
What can you do?
But yeah, it's out.
It's out. It's hilarious. Looks great.
You got to thank you, buddy.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for
Don't
the
look
thank
for
you.
it. You too, Eldis. It's dedicated to you. It says R.I.P. Eldis.
Yeah.
85, 2026.
And quotations, probably by now. It looks great, and I like the way you shot it because it was.
I used your guys. Sorry.
Yes, I saw his name. I saw our boy Mr. Rockefeller,
Derek and Willie.
Yeah, Derek and Willie. Shout out to Originator. They did a great job on, we did Live at the Lodge Room. Which one was it? Fat Rascal.
Rascal.
But they're great, and it looks great, and you shot it in clubs. It looked awesome.
Chicago, yeah, we did Zany's downtown and Rosemont. It's
cool.
And we cut them together, but not in like a distracting way.
I remember that Chris Rock special, which was a great special, but it was like he kept cutting within jokes to He was in South Africa. He was in I think he did it in 3 different places.
Yes.
And it was awesome, but it was like you're watching more of an interesting film than you are to the material.
Yeah, this one you don't even really notice it unless you're really paying attention, and it's like Godfather 2. There's 4 cuts.
Yeah.
It's not like
I love that. Yeah.
So I think it's good. We did a little theatrical run, which was fun, and it's the first one I've ever watched. I was like, oh, this is pretty good.
Really?
I laughed a couple times.
You don't watch your own specials?
No. Well, the previous one,
them?
I told the director, Jason Katz, who's great. He did my first 3, but I was like, I can't watch. You guys edit, and he left in all these crowd work moments. They left in. I mean, and it was my own fault.
Yeah.
But then all the comments were like, this thing wasn't ready. It's not tight.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no,
well, it would be
dude.
tight if we just cut out me being like, oh, fuck you. So I was like, oh, fuck. Like, this is a sloppy piece of shit mess. And I'm like, no, it's good. So this time I was like, let me get in there a little bit.
That's hilarious. I mean, I get it. It's excruciating to watch.
Oh, it's
and edit
awful.
Them. I want to, blow my brains out when it's happening, but it is necessary for sure.
Well, at least I straightened my teeth, so that helps.
That's good.
Before
Yeah,
that, I just wanted
yeah.
to really kill myself. Now I just kind of want to kill myself.
That's good, man. That's good. That's all you can hope for.
But go watch it, for the love of Christ.
Go
I
watch
need
it. The man's
something
got
in
a
my
child.
life. I got a child, a baby.
A beautiful baby boy.
But AI is going to kill us all anyways, right?
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Eldest loves it. Eldest welcomes our AI overlords.
I do think it's just inevitable. So
You really are. Yeah, you're just giving up, dude.
it's inevitable, and then there will be artistic innovations within the constraints of AI. People will
Too many
use it
big
in an
words.
interesting way.
I don't think they really will, honestly.
I think they will.
Already,
Somehow.
it's become so homogenized, and what's happened is the most uninteresting, uncreative people type in like a brooding woman with large breasts or something, and they're like, look at this piece of art I made. And it's just other people's work that a computer is copying. You're just getting a computer to plagiarize for you.
I think that's Luddite mindset. I think it's like when people in the 90s are like, oh, you can't shoot a film on a digital camera.
It's a little different than that. It's because you weren't stealing other people's work with every fucking digital camera you were
so
using.
new right now, but
The whole point is stealing, though. You think the computer isn't drawing Superman; it's taking other images of whatever. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, we're fucked.
Yeah, but we are fucked.
And there's going to be no jobs.
Yeah. No jobs.
Well, people keep me like, it's going to be utopia or dystopia. And I'm like, well, based on...
I think we know.
I'm like,
I think
maybe,
if those are the two options, look what's happening now.
I'm like, maybe utopia will come up. That'll be good.
Start learning Chinese, folks. They got bullet trains. They get halfway across the country in 20 minutes. Bleep all that, please, Eldest.
Bleep. I know Chinese. Do you have Scotch tape? I do a really cool...
Do not give him Scotch tape, Eldest.
I do a really cool thing.
We don't have to get into that.
And just some light brownish makeup.
No,
just a light,
none of that
what?
will be necessary. Bleep that too, please.
We bleep that, believe.
Oh, yeah. Come on, man. I think, what is the actual, I feel like the actual meaning wasn't like getting your face, painted. I think it's
Original meaning.
Yeah.
I love how perfectly you spelled right out of the gate. Oh, it is Japanese.
to splash with liquid or pour. You didn't know it was Japanese.
I mean, I had a sense.
It is often used in the context of food, particularly udon. So you can order udon. Joe goes, he's pissed it's not a bowl of with noodles in it.
The term is also widely known as a slang term, referring to a sexual act which a group of men onto a person, typically a woman. What? Or even onto food.
Oh, wow. Now we're talking. Anyway, okay, so it just means splash. I gotcha. But it's taken over. Splash videos. But anyway, Joey, what's going on with you, man? How's it been? It's been a little while. How's the boy? How's the wife?
He's great. Wife is great. She was just away for 5 days. She went to the Vail Comedy Festival.
Oh, nice.
And she booked her flights all wacky. They asked her, she was leaving Friday, and they asked her to book an earlier flight. And they met like earlier in the morning, so she booked Thursday. And when she got there, and she's like, nobody's here. And so she just left an extra day. So she was gone for 5 days, and so it was just me and the boy. And I gotta tell you, life-changing experience. I need to quit everything because it was the happiest time of my life, not because my wife was gone.
Right.
It didn't hurt. not because my wife was gone, and not because I was with my son. I cleared my schedule.
Right.
I had 5 days of no horseshit podcast, no respect, no offense, no spots, and I just raised a child for like 12 hours and then put him down and watched hockey
that's
and a little
nice.
bit of basketball. And I was like, this is good. This is a nice life. So that's what I've been up to. And now I'm like, I got to quit all my podcasts. But I make
probably
doctor money making them. I got to keep
Oh,
doing
no,
it.
not your podcast. You just have to stop doing, with the exception of Stavvy's World.
Yeah.
You have to stop doing other podcasts, probably.
But even your own podcast, you got to do one a week plus a Patreon. Then I have the regs. It's a lot of work, folks.
It's fucking, our lives are tough.
Sure, you're climbing up a ladder and knocking, hammering your thumb and there's bees on you. But I got to talk about comic hockey for like 90 minutes a week. Every week.
But that is, do you just feel like the fact that it was, the fact that you did have you were with your son though probably is what also makes it, meaningful, right? Or no? No, you just wanted 5
it's very
days
rewarding,
off.
and you really connect. I mean, it was just beautiful. We made eye contact, and he's starting to learn all these words. It's really sweet, and he laughs, and then you have connection. And now he's old enough to play on his own. So like, he'll be playing, and you just sit and watch it. It's very meditative.
What's he doing? Blocks? What's he working with?
He's got blocks. He stacks. He plays trucks, trains, the whole thing. We can have a pass now. We kind of bounce a ball back and forth.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, it's not like the Field of Dreams catch. It's kind of, he bounces it and it rolls over, whatever.
Yeah, you hit him in the head, it rolls back to you.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
and you take him to the park, and we went on the ferry. We took a ride to Astoria to go to the dentist, which was fun,
awesome.
and it was awesome. Yeah, it was beautiful.
What does he have any obsessions? Is it trucks? We have a friend who her son loves sea creatures out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
No one in the family ever cared about sea creatures, and it's not. He saw Finding Nemo once, and he locked in, and now he knows he knows more sea creatures he knows them in Greek and English.
Wow.
And it's like he's so locked into sea creatures. It's awesome.
I'm the same way. I love clam. Folks, there's your clip. There's your clip, folks.
We'll
take straight to the top.
Take 8 minutes off. We got it, baby. We got the viral clip.
He loves wheels. He's obsessed with wheels and the boat because we live next to the ferry terminal. So it's all boat, and he wants to get on every boat, and he goes, boop, 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 he does
he
this.
Likes that, yeah.
And every wheel, he stops and touches every wheel. And then I had a family friend in town. She was like, "That's a sign of autism." And I'm like, an 18-month-old boy that likes wheels? I'm like, I think he...
What is going on?
And then you look up the fucking, what do we call it? Symptoms of autism in an 18-month-old. And I'm like, this kid could not be less autistic. He talks, he makes eye contact. He's got, he's fine.
Of course. There is, I think we talked about it the last time you were here, actually, where there is something, autism has just got, it's basically turned into, you could just you could just drop an R bomb. You're not supposed to say, it anymore.
Right.
And I think in that vacuum, autism has just slipped in. Because you can say autistic, like, there's a little, it's just that. I think that's really what it is. And now everybody talks about it. Everybody says they're a little bit of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is a little, it's gotten to the point where as a punchline, it's hack, I think.
Yes. As a life thing, it's hack.
Yeah.
Like,
to even bring that up, to be like, he's autistic. It's like, no, he's fucking. You don't know shit, lady.
Right.
You dumb bitch, whoever you are.
Yeah, take that, you whore. But autism, has like a lot of symptoms of OCD are very similar. Because I read the symptoms of autism, I'm like, I have a bunch of these, but that's anxiety and OCD.
Yeah.
Like I got if I don't take my tea bags out after 3 minutes, I fucking start smacking my head and spit at the people.
Joe starts screeching if the jasmine is too strong.
So yeah. Anyways,
is it 3 minutes? You do have it down. I know you like to steep.
It's
your
less
tea.
than it's supposed to be 3 minutes with a bag, but they put 2 bags in. So I go about 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Yeah.
Love that.
You ever tea bag somebody?
With my actual nuts?
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten my nuts sucked, but I've never been like, the way like Halo, where you kind of. Did you ever do that? When you were playing that was a fun thing to do in Halo. You would kill someone and then you would crouch, but it looked like you were putting your nuts in his mouth.
That's fun.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
I haven't played video games since 1992, but I might pick up a machine and and play a little Halo. What is it, PlayStation 3 or something like that?
It was an Xbox. But it was Xbox's big game. It kept them afloat, I feel like.
Are they still alive?
I think PlayStation 5 is eating their lunch. I think they try. I think the Nintendo Switch and Xbox expects to host a game show. Whatever.
Okay, so they're kind of around.
I don't think they really like. What's the newest Xbox even fucking called? I think the Switch and the PlayStation pretty much fucked their asses. But and they're Microsoft newest the Xbox Series X. I don't know. Call in if you're a dork and you think the Xbox is still cool, you let us know. But yeah, we were briefly an Xbox family. We were Nintendo growing up, so I got a GameCube when I was like, I don't know. That was the best Christmas of my life. I've discussed. Me and my brothers, everybody loved each other. My family for about like 8 days.
Yeah.
That Christmas where we got that GameCube, it was literally the closest I've ever felt to my fan. Like, it was exactly what I wanted. It was like truly the best 8 days of my childhood is like right that Christmas when, me and my brothers were playing together. We're like playing Star Fox. It's collaborative.
That's
we're
beautiful.
doing a Madden franchise together,
That's really sweet.
It was beautiful. That lasted, about 8 days and then slowly diminishing returns from that. But then we moved on to Xbox and now I'm back to PlayStation. PlayStation in Greece, my cousin played it. We were playing FIFA there. So we've kind of jumped around console-wise, but you were never a big
No, I went
Nintendo
and then Sega Genesis.
Love
that was my
those.
last thing.
Wow.
I was a big Tecmo Bowl and then Sonic, and then
Yeah.
after that, I just kind of became a man. I got my first smell of pussy, and I said goodbye forever. Haven't stopped.
I think it was
the
maybe
cooch.
more your first smell of whiskey. If
whatever.
If I know your little
Whiskey, pussy, all the same.
Oh, folks, summertime, baby. You know what that means? Float in a pool, drink a delicious beverage, maybe something, I don't know, delicious. Maybe something brewed with real iced tea. Maybe something that's a crisp 5% alcohol per volume. Huh? I think you know what I'm talking about. Twisted motherfucking tea.
Keep it twisted.
That's right. You're going to want to keep it twisted. I know who listens to this show. They're freaking fun hunters. Are you hunting fun out there? Maybe you're hunting a little something else. Maybe it rhymes with hunt, too. We won't go into all that, will we, Elders? This is a paid advertisement after all. But either way, no matter what you're up to this summer, what you're going to want to do is sip on a mother-freaking twisted tea. You know we're sucking them down all summer here at Stavvy's World, Stavvy Baby Enterprises. Kick back, relax, chill. What I want you to do, grab a refreshing twisted tea today, and remember,
Keep it twisted.
Now, speaking of Xbox, now here's what's really been going on. You want to hear a crazy story? You want me to give you a nice...
give me something juicy.
Something nice, whatever, spicy,
Give
sexy,
me something spicy.
hot.
Yes.
So speaking of Xbox, I'm in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. I like to do yoga on the road. You know me, I'm a yoga guy.
Of course.
And I book a class Friday morning. I'm working Hilarities. I go do yoga at this yoga studio, 7:30 in the morning. It's a hot...
7:30, wow.
Well, I wake up early now because the baby. I go to bed early. I wake
But
up
still,
early.
you're doing spot. I mean, it's hard for me to go to sleep on the road because you're just amped from the late show.
Well, this is the thing. I don't have those kind of shows. My late shows are a little sleepy. My late show, it's all the waitresses come in with coats. They're like, "It was nice to meet you," and I'm like, "Where are you guys? What's going on here?" I'm kidding. I should stop making jokes like this because everyone takes everything serious. I see people are like, "Joe's broke. This is why he's failing," and I'm always like, "I'm doing better than 99% of comedians that have ever done comedy."
Of course, it's so funny.
It's like 3 comics doing better than me, and they're my best friends. I make a lot of money. I'm very
Joe's
successful.
doing great. One of the best in the biz.
6, 7 women on each coast. But anyways, so I get up early. I do yoga. And then the next day I was like, what should I do tomorrow? I'm trying to make commitments Like I read the book Atomic Habits. You ever read that book? It's a hell of a book.
I'm gonna check it out.
I didn't read it. I listened to it, but it's awesome. It's great. But it was one of the things about it is you got to commit to something before. So you pay for the class before you go because you'll be less likely to cancel. Like if you just go, hey, I'm going to do yoga on Friday.
Yeah.
But if you sign up and pay, you're
right.
like, I got a receipt. I'm here. I got to go. So I did that again. I was like, I'm going to do yoga the next day, Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. I'm going. Wake up. I didn't want to go. But I was like, fuck it. You signed up. Let's go.
Yeah.
Atomic Habits, baby.
course.
You're getting your life together. I run over there. I open the door. My ex-girlfriend that I lived together 17 years ago.
What?
Who lived
in Cleveland?
In Cleveland. She's from Denver.
What the fuck?
Moved to San Diego. Got married in San Diego. I haven't talked to her in 7.5 years. Haven't seen her, spoken to her, no contact whatsoever.
Oh my
Her husband's
God.
a doctor. He's like a so
man.
he works.
Holy shit.
Maybe I shouldn't give out too much information.
Yeah, we'll bleep out where it works.
But but she moved to Cleveland. I opened the door. It's like clang, and I look up. It was like a fucking movie.
Oh my!
I started
God.
shaking. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And she knew I was coming because when I signed up, they get an email like Joseph List, Joe List Comedy.
She's a teacher.
She's the yoga instructor. So it was like 7 minutes for class.
Oh my! So you're looking. It's not even like she's in the corner. You can ignore her.
And so we had to like catch up after 8 years, and then I just go into her class. She has the little fucking thing, and she's like, "Okay, class," and I'm like,
How many people in the class?
Like 6.
Oh my God!
It was like 5 of the hottest women I've ever
And
seen,
your
and then my
ex-girlfriend?
ex, who was also attractive, but it was just the most insane
That's nuts.
experience of my life.
To be doing that at 7 in the morning too.
It was mind-blowing, jarring, the craziest thing. And I at this point I was just like, oh, and we didn't have like a bad. We remained friends for a while. And then it wasn't like we were like, I'm never talking to you again, you piece of shit. It's just kind of you fall off. You're both married. And how about this? We had kids 3 days apart.
Wow.
She's like, she didn't know I was a father. She's like, you're a dad? That's crazy. And I'm like, yeah, he's a 1.5 years. She's like, I have a 1.5-year-old. What's his birthday? We do the birthdays 3 days apart.
That's nuts.
We had children at the same time.
Wow.
And it was fucking wild. So now we talk all day, every day.
Yeah, you reconnected. Yeah.
That's great.
You're on Signal, the one you can't track.
Well, Sarah, my wife, who you know, a dear friend.
Of course.
Dear friend of yours. Yeah. Dear wife of mine.
Yeah. My wife, she's one of my she's a really dear friend.
Good buddy. Well, she was like, it's like the universe wants you to fuck. And I'm like, maybe the universe wants us to reconnect.
Be friends, you know. She's like, because I ran into my ex. So, maybe we should each fuck each other.
The signs are there. I'm like, wait, what? The big Latino guy? It was fucking... It was wild. I mean, I was like, and then, like I said, you have to like get into like, all right, we're doing yoga.
Yeah, now I have to clear my mind and like be in a meditative state where all you're thinking about is this person.
Fucking crazy. But it's nice catching up with someone you haven't seen in a while. Because they're like, how you been? And I'm like, well, I live in Battery Park City, bitch.
Yeah.
Here's my balcony, you whore.
Remember the drunk guy that shit in your shoes? Is this that person?
No, that wasn't an ex. That was a random one.
That's right.
No, this was like we lived together, the whole thing. We'll get married someday. It was a real serious thing. I went to Peru. I did a one-man show about it.
I remember this. Yes. Damn.
So
that is
like,
nuts.
She called me ugly. She kind of apologized for that. That was nice.
Yeah, kind of.
She said, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so she did.
But it wasn't like a sit down, like, I want to tell you I'm sorry. It was like, remember you said that? And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You piece of shit.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it.
Well, this is what she said, because I had a horrible overbite and crooked teeth. And she's like, are you going to get surgery? At the time, I made like 11 grand a year.
Surgery?
That's what I said. I was like, reconstructive surgery.
You want me to break my jaw in 9 places and not talk for a year?
This is my girlfriend. And I was like, I don't think so. I was like, surgery? Oh, it's worse. So then I'm like, I don't think so. And then she literally said, this is a quote. She goes, so you're just going to like look like that forever?
Oh my God.
I told Alan, my therapist, and he's like, you can't talk to this woman ever again. He's like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Then there was another one. I tried to do this as a bit, but it never worked. One time when we first started dating, we were like, I might probably tell you this story. We were madly in love. And so she left her like Gmail up. We lived together. And so I searched my name, thinking it's gonna be just me being like,
love
he's
letters.
the best.
Yeah.
And it was a conversation with her friend.
This was a G-chat days.
It was a G-chat. And it was like, and I found what I wanted to find. She's like, he's amazing. He's hilarious. I'm like in love with him. I literally think he's the one.
Wow.
And then she's like, He's not attractive, but I just think he's so sweet and funny. And so I just had to read her behind my back. Literally just be like, he's ugly.
He is. Now look, I close my eyes to nut. I can't really look at him. I kind of do the thing. I kind of cross my eyes. I kind of do the thing where you're doing an I Spy and you try and look at the magic eye thing. Like I do that to not focus on his features.
It was horrible. It was so hard.
That's tough too, because it's like that's the truth. That's deep in her and her best friends who are actually doing. Because we've all done that where you're like, I like this thing, I hate this thing, but I love her. And even though it's in the context of he's the one, I love him, whatever, devastating.
It was devastating.
If your girl doesn't think you're hot, Jesus Christ.
Well, we had another one later too where we were hanging out with some friends and
I'm sorry to keep making this worse, but
yeah,
she didn't even say he's like, you know, maybe he's not conventional, but I just find him so attractive.
Right.
She didn't even say, like, I don't even get it. Like, I've had women thinking they're being, like, nice to me, be like, I don't know why, but I find you attractive. You know what I mean? We're just like, all right, I know what you mean, and that is the way you can find me attractive, because you can't just be like, well, that's what I like.
Right.
You know? But she didn't even say that. She just said, I'm not.
Yeah, he's ugly. He's ugly, but I like him. I'm going to give it a try.
I like everything else about him, but man.
But another time we were hanging out and she was like, they were talking about what's your type, and she was like, well, I like, you know, I'm from Denver. I like a kind of an outdoorsy guy. I like long hair and like tan, big build. Like she described a thing. I'm like, wait, what? Like, can you at least fake it? Come up with like just for my benefit. I'm
Say,
sitting
I don't
here.
really have a type. You know what I mean? Do something.
Tall.
But like, yeah,
I like a real tall guy.
Tall,
even if he's
that's it.
lanky, I still like height.
Yeah.
Funny. I like a funny tall guy.
Funny tall guy. Something fucked up about his jaw and
herpes.
face.
Yeah, I like his front teeth to be a few inches in front of his bottom teeth. But anyways, now I have a beard and I straighten my teeth.
The beard is
money.
nice.
Yeah,
like
so
beard.
now it's like,
yeah.
And I think kid is big too. That makes you look like a real man.
Sure, for sure, absolutely.
So every day I send her a photo of me and my boy. No good?
I love that, dude. Yeah, that is really funny because, I mean, to be smacked in the face with that.
It was I mean, it's like if you went to Indianapolis and saw your girlfriend there.
Yeah.
It's fucking
crazy.
It was seriously the most insane thing. And like she's like kind of like Denver, kind of came from money and was in the cool, like, and was a world traveler. Like she left me, she went to Argentina. I visited her in Peru one time. So I thought she would have lived in fucking
in Paris.
Bhutan before she lived in Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
Which is another nice thing when you see an ex and you're living in Battery Park City, they're living in Cleveland. You're like, well, I win this round.
Yeah. And remind me, what was the job that you compared your salary to say it was good?
A doctor?
What does her husband do?
He's a doctor. A doctor working fucking 700 hours a week. Coming home exhausted. She never sees him. Doesn't help with the kids. I'm with my son all day, every day. Except when I'm doing labor here.
Except for right now.
Yeah, this is work.
Yeah, and then, you know, maybe we'll hang out for a couple hours after, you know.
I do love
the cover doing podcasts gives, like, friends with families. Like, I've had people that are like, you know, sometimes I feel bad because we do kind of record for a while. Yeah. You know, it's not like your typical hour in and out, whatever. And then for some people, I feel really bad. And then for other people, they're like, okay. But sometimes you can go longer, too. Like, you can tell who hates their family. Yeah. But they're like, no, I'm hanging, dude. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Do another one? Yeah. Let's do another one. Let's do a Patreon, dude. Who cares?
I can't wait to get home. I love my son.
It is fun.
And wife.
Yeah. In that
whatever
order.
her name is. Her name's Cleveland. No.
What do you get the man who's got it all, or says he doesn't need anything? This Father's Day, skip the ties and get your dad something he'll actually love. An Aura digital frame. My pops, I'll be honest with you, it's been a while since I got him anything. This is the first year. This is the first year that my dad's been actually in my life for like a decade. And it's the perfect year. Honestly, I'm actually pumped. I got 10 years of pictures to fill an Aura frame with. We're on speaking terms again. I'm excited to gift him. I literally am going to get him an ore frame for Father's Day. That's the truth. This isn't even the ad, folks. I'm excited to give him one. Picture of me and Eldest across America on tour. My father has no idea what my life is like.
I'll probably fill it up as
Yeah,
part
it'll
of
be
my
Eldest.
duties.
Yeah, Eldest will be filling it up if we're being honest.
Should I put some nice
But
pictures
yeah,
on
just
there?
find 40 nice pictures. I don't fucking care. That's the beauty of the Aura frame, man. That's what a great gift it is. You fill it up with memories. You give it to your dad. He's going to love it. Not only is he going to love it, but Aura's got a great deal for Father's Day. For a limited time, listeners can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $30 off on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's AURA frames.com, promo code Stavvy. Support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. I mean, it is beautiful though. I mean, I am in the, you do see a lot of my friends are in the, having kids zone where like at first it was people I knew of, obviously, like, outside social, not the inner circle. Now it's like really my best friends are all kind of in that zone, and it is beautiful. My brother had a kid. We got the nephew of the podcast who's out there, so cute. He came to the DC show.
Oh.
He's there with his little the little earmuffs.
Oh, that's sweet.
At a balcony, watching. It was really cute. And it was, we brought him on the bus. He's in they dressed him in a little tracksuit for me. It was so fucking cute. And you do see, and even though it is probably, just the animal thing that you're supposed to do, you see a little baby that you're related to or you love their parents or whatever, and you're like, I would literally, kill and die for this little lump of, this little lump.
Yeah.
And there is something just like, oh, yeah. Because I've had days where I have nothing to do, and I'm like, shouldn't I do something?
Right.
And you realize, oh, yeah, that's for having children.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's what that, you figured everything out. You have some time in the day. It's for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. It's the best. Thinking about it makes me just want to go home. I'm like, this is stupid. What am I doing
Yeah,
here?
yeah. And think about when
Selling my specials. What I'm doing.
Yeah, that's right.
Right after we talk about seeing my ex, we have a weird fucking cut. It's gonna look so incriminating.
Leave this in.
a big
Definitely
jump.
leave this in.
I'm like, yeah, so I saw my ex. It was great to see her. But yeah, I think the capital of Florida is Sarasota, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I know. It is fun. I'm excited. And just think about him being you think about actually turning into a person and a guy you can hang out with.
But this is what scares me. I just feel like I'm worried the world is going to be fucked so hard for him.
It will be, yeah.
I won't even understand how to teach him life. He's going to go to
dude.
school. I'm going to be like, well, I'm thinking of chalk, and it's going to be
there's
robots.
No chalk. There's no chalk.
It's going to be a robot fucking lady shooting us.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, if it's a robot, if there's robot teachers, you don't have to worry about, sexual indiscretions. That's good.
I guess you're
Get
right.
some robot priests. That's the future. They stop fucking. Maybe, we're back in.
But AI, there'll be a lot of good stuff too. They'll solve cancer and all that shit.
That's usually what
climate
happens.
change.
Oh, definitely.
Right?
Big business won't continue to profit off of suffering. That's what happens when a new technology, they use it for good.
No, but they'll make money off of that.
I don't think so, man. I'm very skeptical, and at least I don't. It just again seems like it's mostly stealing, whatever AI. It just feels like a search engine or it's stealing. To me, again, I don't know shit. Obviously, some of it is shortcuts, whatever. But we don't fucking know what we're talking about. I just have no.
I don't know why you're saying we. You don't know what you're talking about.
You have no idea.
I
either.
know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm like this.
I know. It doesn't help that everything I think of with machines is the Terminator, of course. It's so easy to say we're in Skynet, and I don't necessarily disagree. I think we are also giving it too much credit. I actually don't think it's that cutting edge is really where I come down on it.
But it's growing exponentially. It's smart.
I guess.
I mean, Eldest is going to be the first one out of a job. You won't need him.
Oh, no, that's the good thing, is that I will be able to replace Eldest for a fraction.
The robots will always need a competent human to oversee the output. They're nothing without the human.
It's all going to be
them.
run by Eldests, dude. It's going to be all barely competent middle managers that are going to thrive under AI.
We could use a few more Eldests out there.
I think so.
There we go.
I think
Yeah.
That's
so.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean.
Think of all those videos.
I think that robot thing, that's clip number 2. I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. I got some big ones
Just
here.
let us
Small
know.
ball, baby.
Small ball.
YouTube.
Check it out. Yeah. I don't know. Should we help the people, Eldest? You know, are we ready to really take some calls, really help? We've got a wise father who just barely dodged, cheating with an ex. That's what we cut out.
Hip ho. These people believe the shit. That's what I'm learning.
You're right.
Every fucking thing. I was just talking about this in run-ons. I think I'm the most misunderstood because I'm very deadpan.
Yeah.
Everything I say, people are like, this guy fucking hates black people.
Yeah.
He's afraid of cats.
That is true. They think you and Bobby both are racist. You know what
I'm doing a gag.
Yeah. We got to get you and Bobby back on. Christmas this time we're not. Actually, maybe if we move, we should just smoke cigars in here one last time.
But let's take precautions. Get a fan.
Get a fan. Open the window.
AI can make
Eldest
a smoke
can suck in our smoke. Yeah. Every time we exhale, we do it into Eldest's mouth.
Oh, I'm into that. That's hot.
My dick's getting hard.
Mine's remaining hard. Clip number 3.
Hit us with some questions, Big Eld. Can't hear shit.
Oh boy. See, we need AI. Eldest is fucking up.
Dude.
He is about, hey, Stav, hey, Eldest. Hope you guys are doing well. I have a question not for me, but for a friend.
Oh, sure. Classic.
So,
I mean,
he is about to have a baby with his wife, and we've always talked about having good-looking girls, and we know she's about to have some thick tendencies. And Stavvy, baby, we know you're a thick, sexy motherfucker, but we don't know about having that for the girls. So,
what?
Like, what's your advice?
What are you talking about?
A thick girl come into this life. She has some thick girl tendencies. She's already getting those arms, those elbows, and those legs. Like, she's a skinny girl. So, how do I coach my boy through this pregnancy and make sure he stays around after she gives birth?
What is this fucking question?
Appreciate any and all advice. I know you don't have a kid, but I know you have friends that have a kid.
Fat people elbows.
He's just saying my wife is getting fat from having my
Please put it on the free
child.
show.
How do I stick around?
His friend's wife.
Still.
Can I say, I have I was joking about all the bukkake in the business. I have like a pregnant, my wife, when she was pregnant, I was so into her.
Yeah.
And I have a doctor that's like pregnant right now. She's hot anyways, but I'm I like it. It's sexy. And if she's not fat before, she probably won't remain fat.
Also,
And
what the fuck?
it's like cheating. You're like, now you have a fat girlfriend for like 4 months. You got a fatso. It's a fucking beautiful gift. I'm gonna have another kid just so I can have a fat-titted wife for like 5 months. It's like the best thing ever.
Yeah,
you have a different body.
I like that idea. Yeah, that's a nice way to look at it. You know, I would say take that approach. What Joe is saying. What you're saying is he's like, well, if my wife gets too fat having my child, I don't want to stick around.
That's the best line, yeah. How am I going to keep him sticking around after he has a baby?
Or even he's saying, like, you know, we've always talked about having good-looking girls. It's like, what's more important? Your boy, like, that's the other thing that's so funny is, like, wanting credit from your boy for getting pussy. That's such, like, 20-year-old mentality. Where it's like, well, what's important is I show my friends who I fucked and they think it's cool. Not, you know, enjoying the person, loving the person that I'm with and having a child with them. So I like Joe's approach. I honestly did not care for his tone, if I'm being honest here. And the whole it's from my friend stuff, and we've always talked about. It sounds like he wants to fuck his friend also.
She's already getting those elbows.
Yeah,
classic.
She's getting fat elbows.
I've never heard a man refer to a woman's elbows ever once in my entire life for any reason.
Yeah. Also, I feel like that's the place you can't gain weight.
Yeah, that's a bone.
If he's talking, I mean, maybe he's talking about like lunch lady arms.
Oh,
that's tough.
Yeah.
I will admit that is a tough look. That's one thing I praise God that he made me the type of fat guy that does not have those arms.
Saggy elbows.
Saggy. Yeah, like when it's coming down here, that's tough. That's a tough look. But, you know, if all we're talking about is somebody gaining a little weight, relax. Exactly. It's like cheating. That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to get through to a misogynist about this. It's like fucking a different bitch, dude.
No, it's awesome. I loved it.
You know, I definitely have taken some strolls through the pregnancy part of xvideos.com. Not too much, but like when the tits get huge and you just...
And they're veiny.
Yeah.
I love a veiny, blue-veined tit.
But then you start thinking like, damn, dude, what's going on in her life? She has to do porn while pregnant.
Yeah, that's the hard
tough.
part. That feels like the kid. It feels slightly traumatizing for the child.
The child's in the
womb.
So basically, there's a child. You know, if it's late enough in the game, when you see the real crazy ones, it's like, well, that basically. And I'm definitely a guy that's pretty. You know, it's really not a kid until pretty close to it coming out. But it's tough to just be like, you were in there. I was 9 months pregnant and just getting nutted in.
By a like, big black cock.
Well, it could have,
money.
Who knows what color it was. But,
yeah, it was, the one I watched was black.
Joe's bukkake black pregnant porn.
So you're pro-choice?
Yes, I am.
Wow. All right, another topic we can't talk about.
Put it on the Joe list. Or whatever. You know, Joe list is a fascist supercut. Let's do that. Let's just completely misrepresent Joe. You think you know what the clips are, pal?
Oh,
we got a supercut coming, folks. We love Magic Spoon here at Stavvy's World. Magic Spoon makes high-protein, zero-sugar cereal and treats reinvented from your childhood favorites. The nostalgia's out of control. These, honestly, I love the peanut butter ones, but I also, and the flavors are awesome. I didn't think I would like these. These are the fruity flavored ones. I'm telling you, brother, I pop these in my mouth. These taste the most like, you know, what they're modeled after, in my opinion. You pop a couple of these in your mouth, you're transported to being a fat little 8-year-old who's getting all the good cereal before your brothers wake up. And yes, that's how it was in my house. And what I love about Magic Spoon is that it's not sugary like the regular cereals. You know what I mean? Like for me, the macros are out of control. And you know, we're on Stavvy Gets Ripped season 3. You know, we're trying to, I'm trying to get my protein intake in. These are nuts. We're talking 13 grams of protein, 4 grams net carbs, 0 sugars, grain-free, gluten-free, good stuff. Tastes delicious. And they got the treats. We were crushing those on the tour. We're crushing them now. When I want a little sweet treat at the end of the night, those have become my go-to. They come in mouth-watering flavors like marshmallow, chocolate, peanut butter, and dark chocolate. Both are great on the go, pre or post-workout, or as a midnight snack. I crush up, look, when I'm being a little bit of a slutty boy, but I don't want to take it too far, I crush these up over some, like, Greek yogurt. It's nice, dude. Like a flavored vanilla Greek yogurt, or even some low-cal vanilla ice cream. I crush up some of these fruity. That's my little tip of the day. Either way, get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/Stavvy, or look for Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. That's magicspoon.com/Stavvy for $5 off. All right, what else we got, LD?
Hi, Stav, Eldest, and esteemed guests.
Thank you.
I have a friend group. It's me and 3 other guys, so 4 of us total. We're all pretty good dudes. There's this one guy, we all know each other from college. There's this one guy, though, who is an alcoholic, pretty bad. The first time my fiance met him, he drank, and it's not an exaggeration because we counted, he drank like 32 beers in like 4 hours.
Awesome.
Granted, he's like 6'8", so kind of the same. But he, every time I see him, he gets blackout drunk. It's the whole thing. So I'm getting married next August, and I want to make this group of friends my groomsmen. And my fiance, like I said, the first time she's met him, he was blackout drunk. He drank over like $100 and something worth of her liquor that she was having for New Year's. It was a whole fight.
I have some insight into this.
And he like passed out on her couch and left the next morning at 5 a.m. still drunk. Driving is not good. But anyway, she doesn't want me to invite him. And so I told him, I said, hey, you need to figure your shit out to be invited. I didn't tell him he's going to be a groomsman yet, or I want him to, but you need to figure your shit out, or else you're not invited to the wedding. And for a couple months, he was doing good. But then one day he goes missing to the point where he's not answering calls or texts. I have to call in a missing persons report up in a couple states away. Then he just shows back up out of nowhere and pretends like nothing happened, refuses to address it. And now he's posting pictures in our group chat of him drinking 40s and stuff on a Wednesday afternoon. So question is really, how do I make the other 2 friends groomsmen in the friend group exclude this guy and not be an asshole when I say, hey, you can't come to the wedding because we don't want you blackout drunk, being annoying and ruining the day and whatnot. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
Interesting.
I had this exact situation.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, it's one of the funniest stories.
Yeah. All right, let's hear it.
So I had a friend. He wasn't a groomsman, but I didn't have groomsmen. But I just had a best man. You were there.
I was there.
But anyways, I had a friend that was a big drunk like me, and then I got sober, and he kept drinking, and all my friends, he lived in Boston, all my friends kept warning me like, hey, this guy's like fucking really out of control right now.
Yeah.
He got thrown out of a minor league baseball game by the umpire.
The umpire.
You're out. I swear to God. I mean, is that not the fucking craziest thing? Like the actual with the mask umpire was like, you're gone. Want me to run you?
Get out. Looking up is insane.
Yeah. So anyway, and then he hit my other friend. And so I talked to Sarah, my therapist, and I was like, Sarah, it was like, whatever, it's your call.
Yeah.
But I sent him I don't know if this is helpful, but I sent him a long message and just wrote like, I can't invite you to the wedding. I'm hearing these stories. I just don't want you to fuck. You're a mess. You're a blackout. And then it was really one of the hardest things I've done.
Of course, yeah.
To tell this like close friend, and I was one of his groomsmen, to tell this person, I can't have you at my wedding. You're a liability, whatever. And then I thought it was kind of like, okay, I took care of that. And then he wrote back like the most beautiful, thoughtful email. It was like, I love you. I need this. I would never be a problem at your wedding. I promise I won't drink. Just let me be part of it, whatever. And it was a beautifully written, thoughtful message. So I brought it up to my therapist and to Sarah, and she's like, it's totally your call. And I decided to give him the go-ahead. Be like, you can come, because that meant a lot to me, his stuff response. Here's the punchline. He's sitting in the back. Sarah, my wife, is walking up the aisle with her dad. And I look back, and just out of the corner of my eye, I see him next to her. He goes... He did
He's making the pussy eating
pussy. Which is so fucking funny, and because he didn't drink, he left early. He came, he didn't make a scene, but he still couldn't not do the like eater box.
I mean, imagine that guy with even 4 beers in him at your wedding.
Fucking
doing the pussy eating maneuver when she's walking down the aisle,
like next to her, behind, like the image is my wife, her dad, and my friend eating pussy. It's just too good.
And he was sober,
dead sober. But anyway,
that is kind of nice though that he sent you this thoughtful, and he actually held his held up his
no, he was great, and he danced on the dance floor. I think he threw his knee out on the dance floor and left early. But so anyways, I think you got to tell this guy, and it's your wife is number one on the day of the wedding.
Absolutely.
So I would give her the option. What do you think I should do? What should I do? You want him here or not? And I think if your wife says, I don't want this fucking guy at my wedding, you got to say no.
Absolutely. Yeah. And look, we hear it in his voice, right? This is brutal. And what you were feeling when you were sending him that message is horrible, because it's like, you're one of my best friends. Of course I want you there. And it's not even really his fault. It's obviously his, like, his addiction. So that's what's really sad about it, is that, like, it's not even really him, right? Like, especially you as a sober person, you understand that it's like, if he took care of his shit, he could be there. And there is definitely a version of our caller here. There's a version of his friend that if he's, hopefully someday he gets sober. Hopefully this is something, he can look back on the fucked up shit, the dumb shit he used to do. But and his question is, how do I get the friends to exclude him? I mean, if your other friends don't understand why your wife doesn't want this guy at your wedding, they're fucking idiots too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's part of it. It's like, if this was, luckily we don't have anybody like this in our close friends or whatever, Eldest, but like, if there was a guy that was like, that a significant other very fairly had a reason to not want at your wedding, and it was like one of our best friends, I wouldn't be like, come on, dude, your wife's being a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane, So I'm sorry, sorry that you have to go through this, but I think you've kind of, he already did the conversation you said.
Right.
He already said, I can't have you there. You know, if anything, maybe our friend kind of tried a little too early, right? Like he kind of tried to get him to fix his whole life, and it's like, maybe you should have just kept your powder dry and been like, you can't come unless you're sober for the wedding. And the second you see him drink, you know, you got to toss him. But then again, this guy's fucking 6'8", and you don't want to have that whole, you don't want that hanging over.
Yeah,
you don't want to be thinking about that during your wedding.
See, I thought he hasn't asked him. Doesn't he say need to figure out or else you're not invited? Oh, he said you got to figure it out or you're not invited.
So he said that, and then the guy was trying, and then he
then he got the
fell off
40s
the wagon.
And the thing,
And now he's basically like, okay, so he's used up his chances. How do I break it to my friends? And it's like, dude, they know about this. If they don't think this is, you know what I mean? If they don't understand where you're coming from, they're being fucking idiots. And I think all you do is you have the conversation, you let them know, you know, like, hey, I just can't have him. Like, it's just a fucking liability. I don't want him ruining my wedding. And it's really sad, but he just can't come. And they'll probably be bummed, but if they don't understand it, then you can go from there. Because I think what probably is going to happen is you have this conversation, you're dreading it because it's a hard conversation to have with if a friend group has one guy that you've been friends with since you were kids and he's not at your wedding, that feels bad for everyone. But you're worried about something that hasn't happened yet, right? Like, you're worried that they're going to have this conversation, then be like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. How could you, like, not bring drunk Ed to your fucking wedding? Don't worry about that yet. We're not there yet. This is classic, like, anxiety and worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. So one step at a time. If they then act like dickheads, you could be like, well, listen, man, that's just how it is. I want you to be my groomsman. And if they argue with you about it, then it's like, you worry about then. You cross that bridge when you get to it.
Right. And you put it on the guy, like you care about him. Yeah. I want you to get help. We're worried about you. Go to rehab. You fucking whatever.
Yeah.
Put it on him.
Yeah, and it is his. That is something he has to do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way around it. So yeah, whatever.
But 32 beers in 4 hours. That's pretty cool.
He does sound cool. I will say that this is a guy that was awesome when he was 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
That sounds like college level. Also, just like how specific that number is too. You could like see yourself telling a story like that when you're like 21.
Dude, I'm telling you, he drank 35 and a half beers.
I mean, that's 8 beers an hour.
Yeah.
I could have done that in college.
He's a big guy.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you probably could have.
Well, I guess that is a lot, but
you probably could have. Psych, pussy. You're a lightweight.
Not from my angle. Clip.
Hit us with another.
Hey, Stav. Hi, Eldest. I am calling with a particularly odd dilemma. So my boyfriend and I live together in a house where our 2 other roommates, they're separate. They're not together as a couple, but they are both gay. My landlord, who is one of the roommates, has cameras all over the house, mainly outside, but there are a couple inside, and like I think one in his room and one in the common area.
They're inside?
Anyway, my boyfriend and I are pretty physical sexually, and he likes to try and get down with the get down outside when we're sitting around the fireplace or just enjoying a drink, whatever. I'm uncomfortable because there's cameras everywhere. I know that he's not going to watch this and get off to it. I know that that's not the point. But
you don't know that, I guess.
I don't know. The cameras make me super uncomfortable. They were here when I moved in. I've only lived here about a month. I'm sorry, I'm rambling.
Don't be.
How the fuck do I get over this? I mean, I don't want to go up to the man and be like, take your cameras down, but also, and you might be thinking, well, why not just fuck in your bedroom? I mean, we do, but I feel bad turning my guy down all the time over this
Jesus Christ,
weird peeve that I don't even know if it's a peeve, but anyway, blah, blah, blah. Love you guys. Thank you.
I don't want to be filmed fucking.
You don't want to be. You don't want to fuck in an area where there's security cameras. I mean, this is insane, dude. I respect what a people pleaser. I hear this and it's like, you know, how this woman's like bending over backwards in her. She sounds like a cool girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or the guy sounds like a guy who's good at guilting someone. But imagine, like, okay, if you and your boyfriend were sitting around a fireplace, and in the corner of the yard, your landlord was sitting there reading a newspaper.
Right.
And he's not really paying attention. He's reading the newspaper, whatever. Would you want to suck his dick then? No, it would be weird. That's essentially what the security camera is.
The camera in a common area is also psychotic in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's the two issues here are, hey, we don't want. Now, I don't know what exactly the camera is. Like, is that your private space? Like when you rented that place, were they like private backyard? Because if that's the case, you could say, I don't really want a camera here. I feel like it's not private. I just don't like the idea. Because, like, let's say somebody fucking breaks into your house.
Yeah, it could be a black neighborhood.
Yeah. I suppose it could be a white neighborhood. It could be an Asian neighborhood. You know, break-ins happen everywhere.
That's a bit. Don't clip it.
Break-ins happen everywhere, you know.
No clip.
Let's say, like, yeah, nothing happens right now, right? And then the fucking cops come, or even your landlord, and they scroll through 8 times you're sucking your boyfriend's dick to find the culprit or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you're not in the wrong here at all to feel uncomfortable. And your question being, how do I get past my pretty reasonable boundary?
Yes.
And suck my boyfriend's dick on camera on, like, even though no one's going to watch it and my gay landlord is not going to jack off to it. You don't want to do it, and you shouldn't feel bad for not wanting to do it. Now, as a tenant, if you're like, hey, this feels like a little bit of a, you know, you have cameras too much in this doesn't feel private. I don't like this here. That's something you can talk to your landlord about, but those are the two issues you can talk about. Not how do I get over this to make my boyfriend happy.
Right. Can I also add, first of all, just because the guy's gay doesn't mean he's not going to watch you guys fucking.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if I had surveillance camera and 2 men just were railing each other, I'd take a look.
I would take a look for a second.
I'd be like, oh, this is interesting. Also, this is just a side note. What kind of people? I've never heard of someone with roommates having a fireplace.
I think it's a fire pit, right?
It's an outdoor fireplace. Because she said there's cameras outside. There's also 2 cameras inside, one in the common area, one in the landlord's bedroom.
Outside, we're sitting around the fireplace. Okay, that makes a little more sense. I'm just picturing a home with a fireplace. You don't usually have roommates.
Yeah.
Who can afford a fireplace but needs roommates?
Well, you know, you never know.
Hard times, I guess.
Sometimes you get a nice place, and the only way you can afford it is because there's fucking 5 of you in there.
Right. Like you used to be.
Yeah, exactly. It's this apartment.
Even without cameras, it's ballsy to have 2 roommates and like try to fuck your girlfriend like in the backyard where anyone could just walk in at any time. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. It's like you're not wrong here. You have a thing, like you have something that makes you uncomfortable, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like some people are into like exhibitionist stuff, right? Like I've been out with girls who liked like flashing their tits in a restaurant, and like it's kind of hot. They're like, ooh, maybe we get caught, but it's like. And then one time I tried to fuck outdoors and I couldn't do it because it was like people were walking by. It felt like I kept losing my heart on because I was like, someone's coming. You know what I mean? Like we were like in a weird little bush area. And it's like, whatever, you're just not into it. You don't have to feel bad about this. You just fuck where you feel comfortable. And if you want to do something kind of naughty outdoors, go camping and suck his dick in the woods or something. But it's like, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, man.
Also, you're gonna go to hell for living with homos, so you might as well. You're just living with gay men.
Right. That's an implicit approval of their lifestyle.
You're gonna be living inside of a fireplace for eternity with these sinning gays.
Yeah, I guess, Eldis, what is the living situation here? It's like her landlord and his
She said
boyfriend?
There's 2. No, it's 2 gay guys. They're not dating. They're just 2 single gay guys they live with. One of them is the landlord, so I don't know if he owns it.
So it's a big house? It's not apartments?
I think it's a big house.
Oh,
yeah.
This is crazy.
A big backyard and a fireplace.
You should
like
not feel
like
bad. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was an apartment. They had their own place, and there was like cameras in the common areas.
I guess it could be an apartment like with with just a big ass apartment, but
with a common backyard or whatever. So anyway, either way, yeah, you're fine, dude. Don't do something if you don't want to, and go fuck somewhere else outside where there's no cameras and maybe there's a little more privacy. Your gay roommates might not see you. Wow, two gay guys, they're not dating.
But I'm assuming they fucked.
yeah. Every couple hours or so. These people, you have no idea. I knew a couple of these guys back when I was in Boston.
Yeah, that could be tough.
We took care of them.
We sucked them off.
They're gone
now. I got embedded to really learn their lifestyle. And the amount of times they wanted, when I was undercover, I had to fuck them 4 or 5 times a day. What else we got, LD?
Hey, Stav. Hey, Eldest. Big fan. Coming to see you in Pittsburgh this coming Thursday.
That was a fun show.
So I know you said not to buy Thursday tickets, but
no, that's for comedy clubs. That's for comedy clubs. Please buy tickets. Let me be very clear. Come see me anytime I'm at a theater. It's the one time I'm in town. I just said Thursday is kind of a weird day at comedy clubs. It's your warm-up show. If you're a real fan of comedy and you want to see somebody like really kind of try new stuff or kind of get their legs underneath them, it's fun. It's a fun show, but I think the Friday, Saturday is better personally.
Yeah. It must be nice to be in a place where you can tell your fans not to come on certain nights.
That's not what I'm saying.
Come Thursday, Friday, any show.
No, listen, buy the Thursday tickets too. But if you have first dibs, I would say, as a consumer, typically
Saturday early
is the best show. Or Saturday late if it's not too late. People aren't too drunk. But yeah, that's all I was saying. But thank you for coming to the show in Pittsburgh. That was a great show.
Awesome, but it's all good. Hopefully you're lit. I'm a Gen Z listener, and this call is about AI in college. I don't know if this is pertaining to anything, but I really need advice. So I use AI to pretty much fucking write everything. I use the generators to see it's 40% AI generated, it's 100% AI generated.
Damn.
Because I feel like the teachers probably use that. But I have these long-ass papers, 7-page papers.
7 pages is long?
And they give you so much work. How could I not use AI?
Oh, my.
Anyway, let me get to the point.
This legit is making me old man yells at cloud. I really feel like Grandpa Simpson right now. 7 pages is fucking long? 7 double-spaced pages? It's not short, but come on. It's not that much fucking work. That's kind of fucking insane, dude.
No, we're done. We're cooked.
We're so fucked. And look, I empathize, right? Because I remember being in college or even high school, and there was shit like summarize.com or just some random shit that I would do, but it was so clearly you would get instantly busted if you used it, or Cliff Notes, or shit that existed. And I get it. It's tempting to use the shortcut, right? But me and Eldest are fucking stupid, right? And we could do this easily. Yeah. I mean, Joe again was blacking out. He wouldn't even bother even applying for community college.
I didn't think about going to college for a single second.
And I respect it, and you are right about that. But you're complaining about doing something in one generation, essentially, right? From millennial to Gen Z, we're two dumb guys. 7 pages was not that much. It was a little annoying, but it was not that much work. It's become an insurmountable fucking thing for these kids to not use AI. That is scary. So anyway, let's finish what she's saying. But I just want to say we really are fucked and we're essentially cooked here.
Could I not use AI? Anyway, let me get to the point. So I have a paper, 7 pages. It's 45% AI generated. That's what it's saying. It's saying 100%. Some of these other detectors, I use Grammarly. I don't know. Sorry for the free plug. But should I be paranoid? Am I going to get hit with plagiarism and, ruin my fucking life? Or should I also not give a fuck because everybody uses it? Everybody uses AI. I see these discussion board questions. They all are the exact same essay with the same reference. And, no one gives a fuck. I don't know. What's your opinion? Because you're definitely not going to answer this in time, but for future reference. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, here's my opinion, and back to old man stuff is like, don't even go to college then. Like, you know, you don't have to go to fucking college. I think college, for a lot of people, is fucking stupid. The only reason I enjoyed going to college is because I met some of my best friends, and it was like more of a social thing, and like, you know, I was hosting shows at my college, and I used it for that stuff. Like, but other, like, and it was nice to kind of learn about certain things, you know, that I was interested in, but was it necessary? Even if I wasn't doing comedy, would I have wanted to go to college? Probably not. I probably would have wanted to fucking ended up like trying to run my own business or do some other shit. Like, I didn't like the jobs that college gives you. I don't think would have been for me. Go to a fucking do a jobs training program, do some other shit. If you're going to college, what is the fucking point of, you're basically robbing yourself here. I hate to sound like literally a fucking parent, but it's like the whole point of going to college is that you do the reading, you find references, you learn about the topics, and then you have knowledge. It's not to get a grade and get debt. Like, the whole point is to actually learn something, and you're sort of robbing yourself of the ability to get the skills that writing an essay gives you. And I will say, I'm not an academic, whatever, but it actually has helped me in like, you know, like I did some pretty writing heavy stuff. It's helped me to like put together scripts, to think about story, to think about this stuff. I'm sure like all the shit you do, you know, like getting everything together, whatever, like college kind of helped you do that, to even like fucking, you know, produce shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, at the very least, even just like finishing it or going through
hitting
the
a
work
deadline
teaches you how to like fucking finish something.
Yeah.
I've never finished anything in my life.
But yeah, it does see, I'm assuming she's like talking about like history or some kind of humanities shit. And yeah, that's like, that is pretty pointless. If you're going to like do those classes, you might as well just like put in the grunt work and like, you know, why waste your time being an information manager? Yeah, like doing AI, and
being
shit.
A middleman to have compute between two fucking apps. Yeah, you're a middleman between, you know, AI and a word processor.
Or think about like another major. And
right. Exactly. Here's where we come down on it. We don't give a fuck about college. We don't think you need to go to fucking college. We're not your fucking parents. But if you choose to go to college, then actually do the fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's like paying to go to a fucking amusement park and then hiring a guy to ride the roller coasters for you. Like,
but this is literally where we're headed.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the problem. This is what it is. Yeah. It's like everyone's like, why would I do that? It's why there's going to be no jobs or anything.
Yeah, it's
the whole point. When she graduates, she's going to get a gig that's just the same thing. You just plug it into AI. We're fucked.
I guess. I mean, maybe that is where, maybe this has become training to use AI for a company. But even that, she just said it. Everyone uses the same references. Like, this will be a problem because it's like, this stuff isn't that, and maybe it'll get more sophisticated, whatever. But it's like, yeah, what's the point? That's what I would tell you. You're not fucked because you're going to ruin your life. And even this shows the problem in this thinking, because a lot of kids are just going to college because they're going through the motions. You're going to college, you think it'll help your life, and the only reason you're afraid of using AI is because you don't want to get caught and it'll ruin your life. That shit doesn't fucking matter. It's what do you actually want? You're wasting your time if you're using AI for it. And I know it's hard. I've been there. I've literally looked up stuff, and I remember find a good paper, find somebody's older brother took this class. I got their paper, and then I just changed a couple. Like, we all cheat a little bit every once in a while, but it's like, ultimately, what are you doing it for?
It also should feel like gratifying to, like, you know, be dumb but still like come off as smart in the quality of your papers.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The workload is heavy, but it feels good. Like, to write a paper, you don't really need to read like an entire book that you're writing on. You need like, you know,
find the
2
passages.
or 3 good passages to like really squeeze the juice out of. Yeah. And you could like, you know, fill up a hella pages talking about that. And sure, you could supplement with some like book summaries or something that you've read, but I don't know. Once you get into like a little flow.
Yeah.
But
I just feel bad because she's like, everybody's doing it, and it's like, we're literally being like fucking old people and be like, well, if everybody jumped off a fucking bridge, would you do it, young lady? But I hate to hit you with that, but unfortunately, it's like, you know, if you're gonna do this, drop out and fucking go to fucking, become a construction worker or a fucking X-ray tech or a hairstylist before you fucking just go on AI to get your, answers.
But it's gonna be like steroids in baseball. You're like, I can't stay in the league if I'm not doing it because everyone else is doing it.
But steroids, this is like if everybody used steroids to bat 230. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's using AI to just pass.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I doubt that it's like you're getting incredible work done with AI. I think most people that are using AI are doing it to just like get by. Or, we all took that I had to take a class called Science of Water. Would I have used AI because it was like a fucking requirement to just write a lab report? Yeah, I fucking would have. And that's even, you know what? I'll even condone that kind of cheating. Cheat on that dumb bullshit where, they make you jump through hoops. But like, I'm glad I didn't have the opportunity to do it on the papers I actually gave a fuck about. You know what I mean? Like in the poli-sci shit, in the history shit, in the like media study shit I did. I liked learning about that stuff. So anyway, whatever.
Also, it's 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen.
That's awesome.
Science of water.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. You're right. You got that.
I didn't even go to class.
What was it? So didn't even think about. What was that when you were working at Sears where you're like 18?
Yeah, I started working at Sears. Well, yeah, I started working at FYE for your entertainment, and then I went to Sears
nice
after.
Posters.
Yeah, but I hated schoolwork. I hated I hated having the paper and a thing. And I was like, I'm going to do comedy.
Yeah,
getting out, and I did 1 open mic a week for 2 years. Didn't even go to a second venue. I was like, I got to hold on. I got a good bite on it.
That's so you're just living at home?
Yeah, living at home. Every Wednesday I would drive to Boston and do a 5-minute set and be like, all right, any day now.
For the week is done.
Any day. Now you wonder why I fucking am behind. People are like, you've been doing comedy 25 years? I'm like, sort of. Yeah. I did 60 sets my first year. And then what would happen was I'd go Wednesdays and people would be like, how come we never see you at the Comedy Vault on Sunday? I'm like, what? Sunday?
Well, Wednesday's the day you do comedy, right?
That's I was like, yeah. And literally for another full year, I did Sunday and Wednesday.
Wow.
I didn't then be like, wait, so is there also Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah.
That was horrible.
You were having a good time though, right? You were hanging
really.
out? No?
A little bit.
What were you doing on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays?
Drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Just going out drinking with like regular high school buddies.
With all your FYE money?
Yeah. Well, it was fucking horrible. That's why these kids these days, now they can get AI and just make clips and be big.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
But whatever.
Yeah. A couple more here, LD. What do you got for us?
What's up, Stav? What's up, Elders? And guess I put it out on like the past 4 times I've called just because I get flustered. And anyway, so I'm just gonna make it quick. My girlfriend is great, wonderful. We've been together for a while now, about a year. No real issues. She has a polyamorous past, which is nothing wrong with that. It does make me a little uncomfortable in the sense of it's just not what I experienced, but I'm like open to the fact that we all get to the place we're at different ways. That's fine. My thing is, she also used to be the mistress party of affairs or cheating situations a few times. Like, and she kind of was drawn to the lack of commitment element to it, the kind of scandal of it, and I feel like that makes her kind of an asshole. We brought it up. She says she's, she feels bad about it, but like doesn't seem like she feels that bad about it. So my question to you is: do you think that is a reason to cut things off, or be wary, or anything like that? Yeah, let me know. I probably just overreacting, but you never know. Thanks, bro. Adios.
This shit's not gonna work. I mean,
so she was fucking married guys?
Yeah. She sounds cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like my kind of gal.
Yeah, I'd like to get to know her.
Yeah, I would too, but the fact that he says polyamorous past, she was like, and obviously, okay, I was a little joking, but if I had to bet, does this work out or not? I don't think so, because you guys just aren't aligned on this stuff. And obviously somebody who used to do this kind of shit in their past, they can definitely settle down and they can definitely put that behind them. Or more than likely, maybe they settle down with somebody who had a similar past and they understand each other and they're both okay. Or you settle down with someone who's maybe not poly but has less attachment, isn't as jealous. The fact that this is something that you kind of are judging her about it, you know, you're making a moral judgment and saying she's a piece of shit for doing this, and you don't appreciate the level of atonement she's shown. Like, that's from your perspective, you're like, she should feel more bad about this.
Right.
And that's one of your problems, let alone the fact that clearly in the back of your fucking head, you're like, is she cheating on me, right? That's really the problem, is that you're like, this is something that clearly is eating away at you. And that's why I'm skeptical of you being able to figure this out, right? Like, you know, whatever, make a moral judgment. You can say what she did was wrong, whatever. And I'm not even saying you're wrong to feel this way, but you do feel this way, right? Like, you do. This is clearly something that's bothering you. Because what is the solution? You tell her, like, hey, I need to see you cry about being a whore 4 years ago before we take this to the next level. You know what I mean? Like, there's no real solution. You can't go back and have her unsuck a married guy's cock for 4 months in exchange for her a nice sublet or whatever, or like a fucking used Honda or whatever she was doing. I hope she got the bag. But, you know, this is just something where it already feels like he's like, even the poly stuff, he was like, yeah, you know, that's not me, but we all get here in different places. It's like he's doing like generalization and like rationalization speak. So I don't know.
I think you got to accept people for who they are.
Right.
There's certain people, like, I remember, I don't want to give too much away, but there was a person that had a thing, and then this other person did a thing, and I was like, are you mad at that person? He's like, no, that's who that person is.
Yeah.
There's a real life lesson. Like, you could make this a person you fuck and you like her, and then, you know that for her past, she may not be loyal.
Yeah,
just
true.
Have a chick that you're like, I fucked this chick, but we're never going to that next level because this is who she is.
Or be the kind of guy who's like, yeah, if you want to take this to the next level, understand that might happen to you.
Right.
And by the way, cheating, it is bad, obviously, but it's also, some couples get over it. Some people can deal with it. And you should just know that is maybe a possibility. And again, people definitely can change, whatever, but I don't feel like I'm getting a clear picture of her, because I do feel like we're getting her through his lens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, she might not want to cheat at all anymore. Like, she might legitimately have gotten this out of her system, but it's still something that you are obsessed over. So if you can't accept her, that's accepting people for who they are is huge. If you can't do that, then yeah, I wouldn't say, you're saying, should I be wary? It's like, you're already wary. What are you talking about? You're clearly wary of the situation. It's like, you have to be honest with yourself and say, can I accept this? Is this the kind of person I want to be with? And if the answer is no, or more likely, is this the kind of person I'm going to be anxious to be with? I'm always going to be waiting for her to cheat, or me to find some emails where she's calling me ugly and sucking a guy's dick or whatever, or something different.
I also feel like, does this also come down to that you just never really got that much pussy? Because that can eat away at you if you like meet a girl that's fucked a lot in the past, and then she settles down, and that just makes you feel, that can make you feel like, hey, what the fuck, like, why, she's been ran through by every guy in town. I can't even
watch the Timberwolves game.
So it's like, be honest, is that part of what's going on here?
Yeah.
And that's okay too if it is. Like, maybe you're both, they sound like they could definitely both be young, and it's like, hey, maybe you just need to sow your wild oats or whatever out there a little more.
No, that's a great point. Is like, some people can be with someone who crushes them on body count, right? Some people, it doesn't matter to them. Some people need to be about equal, whether that's a ton or that's low. And it's just, I honestly have no judgment on either way. I think whatever you want to do, however many people you want to fuck is great. But when you settle down, you have to know what matters to you and make a decision either way. So good luck. She sounds cool. Have her, and maybe have her DM me, and I can kind of get her perspective.
Yeah, and then you forward me her number, and we'll just be
Because we really want to help you, man. But, just kind of let us get into contact with her and really figure this out. Eldest with a little
Hey,
prick.
Stav. Hey, Eldest. Hey, guys. I'm going to try to make this quick, but basically me and my boyfriend have been together for a couple months now, and we have really great sex, but the only problem is he lasts kind of long.
Whoa.
And it's something that I'm not really used to, and like when I mean long, I mean like minimum 20 minutes, maximum an hour.
Wow. Hard the whole time?
He says I'm like the best he's ever had. And, like, this is the shortest he's lasted with someone. But it's just, like, I don't know. I'm not used to it. I'm used to, like, max being, like, 10. And I don't really know what to do about it. So if you could help, that'd be great. Love you guys. Bye.
Tell him to get off of antidepressants. This guy's clearly on Zoloft or something.
Right.
If he's fucking for an hour without coming?
Yeah, I mean, does he bust? Like, yeah, that's a good point. Are there other pharmaceutical things here? Right?
Yeah, something's at play here.
Is it antidepressants? Also, I've had it where you take too many dick pills and your dick just stops being connected to you. It's just a hard thing. You might as well be wearing a strap on sometimes, and it takes like a while of fucking to nut. Is he taking dick pills? Is he taking antidepressants? If he's just a guy who lasts this long, that's nuts. Also, for you, if it's too much, you can be like, I think.
Oh, shit, sorry.
No, it's all good. You could say like, hey, rail me till I nut, and then maybe it's time to, because usually the problem is you can't stay hard. I've had this happen when I'm not hard. So it's like we fuck for a while and then it's like, all right, well, why don't I just beat off with your tits in my mouth and I'll nut that way. Maybe you need to do something like, hey man, an hour of intercourse is too much for me. Like, it's rare that it happens because the guy lasts too long, but it's like, just because this guy's dick is hard for an hour doesn't mean you have to fuck him for an hour if you don't want to.
Now, I used to have, because years ago I was on Paxil when I dated the girl I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't come. So I would just tell her, like, it's not you, it's me. I'm on this fucking mental medicine. It's a side effect.
Yeah.
And we'll fuck as long as you want, and then I'll just fucking crank my cock. And I'd be all blistered up and bleeding and shit. But I'm not going to just rail on a woman for 30 minutes. That's not what it's meant for.
Of course.
Your pussy will be destroyed, especially because I have a huge cock. But
Yeah,
you can't fuck for 20 minutes minimum, 60 minutes maximum.
Minimum is nuts.
It's like you're in the Seinfeld porn.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, could you do other, like, it is funny because usually this is a problem the opposite way, where a woman takes an hour to come or whatever.
Right.
And it's like in that setup, what you do is some foreplay, you switch it up, you do different stuff, you suck, you finger, you know what I mean? You take a little break in the middle, whatever. Maybe you should need to do this, where it's like you control the amount of intercourse because it's too much for you, and then you just kind of do other stuff and help him nut in other ways, but you don't have to feel like you have to do it. And then also, I don't know, is there like stuff to make you nut faster? Yeah. Because I know they have like numbing gels to make you not nut. But there's got to be some. Maybe put something up his ass.
Yeah, try to surprise. I feel like I come the best in fact. I've been in a relationship for a long time when I'm surprised by something.
Yeah.
Like she'll be like, "Oh God,
she's got a dick.
Fuck my ass." Yeah, exactly. I like cum in my ass. Just say something you haven't said before, and he'll be like, "Whoa, Jesus!" Throw him off. Yeah,
switch up the routine. I mean, this definitely feels like it's something medical, though. Otherwise, this man's a marvel of science. And also the thing of like the best he's ever had, all that stuff's great, but it's like you also sometimes, you can't, every time can't be the best time. You know what I mean? Especially in a relationship, it's like you can't have your best performance. Sometimes it's just got to be like, not every game is game 7. Sometimes it's a regular season, and you just got to get through it. You know what I mean? You don't have to bring your best stuff every time. That can be a little, that can be a little tiring, and I think that's probably where you guys are at. You've got to make the transition from that honeymoon period of a relationship where the sex is insane to something a little more sustainable here, I think.
And it's possible you're ugly.
Right. Are you busted? Is your pussy fucked up? We haven't even considered that.
You could just be a hideous human.
Does he have
And he hates you. Like, it could be like my girlfriend was with me.
Right. He loves everything about you.
Just unattractive, gross-looking face.
Keeps getting snagged on her pussy.
Yeah.
I do wonder if he's secretly taking dick pills too.
He might be.
Because they've only been dating for a couple months.
He might be.
That seems like a habit that just could
But
keep
then
running
also-
with after you're like off the market or something. And yeah, he could be like, well, this is still pretty new. I still got to bring my A game to the fucking.
Sure.
So
I know that the bait and switch.
But how do you even ask that to someone who's like been secretly like fucking you with dick pills for like months?
Well, I don't think we need to cast judgment on a man like that. You know, I think it's like, and I don't even say secretly makes it sound surreptitious. The man has pharmaceutical needs. Would you say he's secretly taking Advil if he has a headache, Eldis? I think you're kind of being pretty rude to the ED community here, let's say.
Aren't you like 32 years old?
Huh?
Aren't you like 32 years old?
I'm 36 and I'm obese. Thank you very much.
All right.
I'll throw him in the mix when I really want a nice performance.
I've never had a single boner problem.
Very good for you.
Even when I was drinking.
Well, it's all scabbed up. That's
Same way, yeah, no, it's a mess. But same woman, 14 years, hard as a rock,
for you,
baby.
man. Well, some of us are really fat and secretly gay. Is that what you want to hear?
Well, I am fit and secretly gay.
Yeah.
And clip it.
Anyway, so yeah, whatever. Can you have a? But I think in the middle of that we gave you good advice before going off the deep end. So
about how ugly you are.
Yeah. No, you sound hot.
I think I only got time for one more.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I gotta go. Get back to the baby. My wife hates me.
Yes, please. Something to go out on here.
Yeah, this is a woman calling in with some insight to a call we got on Mark Norman's episode.
Okay.
It was the guy who was like obsessed with making girls come every single time he fucked. So here's what one listener has to say.
Let's hear it from her.
Hey, Stav. First time, long time. I just had to pause. I'm listening to the Mark Norman episode, and he just finished the question from the guy who was like, why can't I get these girls to come? And his energy was kind of off about it. Just wanted to throw in my 2 cents here. I am not a comer. I love sex.
Love sex, not a comer.
I'm a hard cum.
Pause this. You gotta tip your hat to women, by the way. Like, it's like sometimes you go to the girl and she's like, look, it's hard. Don't, like, you'll be eating pussy for 20 minutes. She's like, hey, it's all good. It's not your fault. I just don't. And it's like insane for me. Imagine if you didn't nut. I'd be like, well, I'm never going outside.
But
I'm going to watch games. Oh, yeah.
I was this guy. I'm telling you. I
and
just
you still wanted
come.
to fuck.
Yeah, because it's awesome to fuck.
I guess you're
I
right.
always said that. I'm like, the fucking is great. Coming is nice. But fucking's wonderful.
Cumming's pretty good.
It's great, but like fucking is pretty good too.
You're right. You're right.
Your
Okay.
dick in a hot, wet asshole or a vagina. Fuck.
Clip it.
Nice. It's nice.
You're
Please
right.
cut that. Please cut that.
We'll put this into the thing we cut out earlier.
Yeah, perfect.
I got you. Okay, let's let her finish.
She can't.
Something I think is an important, factor to add into what you guys were talking about. I've been on antidepressants for 15 years. Like, it's going to take a lot to get me to come.
Yeah.
And when I'm having sex with a guy for the first time, seeing how they handle the fact that I'm not going to come is sort of really a good vibe check. Like, obviously, if it's a one-night stand or whatever, it's different. But if someone's super fixated on it and they can't, like, trust me when I say, no, like, actually, I'm good, I'm having fun in other ways, that's going to be, like, the number one turnoff.
Sure.
So I just wanted to add that in there. Love the show. Love you guys. Have a good one.
I can't believe how many female listeners you have. It's so nice.
It is nice. Shout out to our female listeners.
We have like 3.
Yeah. And they've all transitioned probably. They all got into you when they were like 14-year-old dudes that didn't get pussy. They're like, well, this is what I'm going to stick around.
They're male women.
Yeah, they're your male. Yeah, you're trying to get by them. Yeah, I think that's good. And I remember that guy's call because he was weird about it. And there are guys that are like that are like, I got to make her come. It's almost like he needs a little checklist on his own. And I think the best thing when a woman tells you she has trouble is like, give it a good effort, but make it seem like you tried as hard as you would. Like, you don't hear that and be like, great, I don't have to try at all. Give it the same effort you would to anybody else. And then if it's not happening, that's you have clearance to just nut really fast. you know, because that's my style of lovemaking. Is let's do our best to make the girl come, and then once that's been checked off, all right, time to bust hysterically quick. Time to get pussy and just nut in 5 minutes.
I've just never cared if the woman comes. What the fuck do I care?
Clip it. Yeah, Joe.
Why would I give a fuck about anything a woman thinks or feels?
I guess I gotta care if the urinal's happy I'm pissing in it too.
Get a vibrator and whatever the fuck.
Sure.
You know, what do I care?
Yeah, just listen. Do your best. If a girl tells you she can't nut, don't take it personal. That's gonna do it for us, folks. This is probably our most immediately censored episode of. Maybe we'll have to. We should maybe also put this on the Patreon. When it gets demonetized,
this is my big plug. This is my special. No, it's crazy.
I'm saying after. Let's have the unabridged version where you can see all the. We might have to bleep out a couple here and there.
Oh, I see.
But maybe
that's the first time we said.
You said it when you said it on your special. We'll bleep it here too, though. It doesn't matter.
Let's also plug the Patreon. We started putting all the apps on there too.
By the way, some have complained that we're getting that we're advertising. It's like it's a free show, dickheads. How do you think we're supposed to make this happen? So yeah, we're advertising. But if you are a beloved Patreon subscriber, it's not more money. It's the same $5 and change that we charge for everything. We've also started putting the ad-free episodes for our patrons on there. So if you subscribe to the Patreon, you get a bonus episode every week, and then you get these episodes with all the ads cut out and all the curses left in. So all the good stuff. So yeah, that's true. We should start promoting. It's so funny, dude. We did a tour and we forgot to promote the dates on my own podcast.
I've done that.
We're so stupid.
We plugged it like 3 or 4 times.
All the ones we plugged did much better, by the way, than the ones we didn't. Whatever, we're dumb. I guess let's plug the fact I'm coming to the UK, that we're coming to Boston, your hometown. I'll be there, and I'll be in Austin as well. And we're adding some shows to the Dreamboat Tour. Me and Nell just want to do a grimy one in the fall where we just get like a minivan and go through the South because we did all these theaters. We want to go do shitty clubs.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So we'll see. We're stay posted for that, and of course, go watch Small Ball. We've already linked it. We already plugged it. We'll share it on everything. And Joe's you're truly one of the funniest comics in the world.
Thanks, buddy.
And you guys are gonna love the new special.
Thank you.
See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.